We showed everybody that we could do it, and we got another one Wednesday, so we'll come ready to play.
And, of course, the first two games, you guys really played well in the first half. 17 points, I think you allowed in the first half in 2 tournament games. So that's pretty good defense at this point. And you look at it, Jared, in the defensive side of the game right now for you guys, you're in a pretty good spot. When you only allow 17 points in the first half of 2 basketball games, you get those early leads and jump out. How important is that to get a hot start and to kind of just, I wouldn't say cruise to victory, but be able to have that comfort as you go throughout the second half as well?
Yeah, I think it all just comes in our preparation. We, have watched a lot of film and we work on it in practice, and, shout out kind of the scout team, the younger kids that are working really hard and giving us the looks that we have in practice. And I think that it's just a mindset, too, that we're going to hold teams to as low as we can. And hopefully we can do that against Northridge on Wednesday because they're really talented, and they've got a girl scoring almost 20 points a game. And so today in practice, we worked on their sets, and tomorrow we're going to do it too, and hopefully we can have the same result.
And of course, none of these girls are part of this in terms of the bench, but you've been able to establish a little bit of depth here as you've gone throughout the season. And even the other night, Kennedy got in a little bit of early foul trouble, and Grayson was able to come in the ball game and things. So when you're able to do that and to have that kind of production from your bench and those pieces coming in, and then you get your starters back in there, they're rested. How important is that to establish some depth as you get in tournament play?
Yeah, it's huge. You never know what's going to happen, between injuries and foul trouble and, just the pace of the game and what kind of team you're facing. And so we just have to have every kid ready to play and just, adjust based on how the game goes. But, yeah, having a deep bench is huge in tournament time.
I'm going to go back to the first tournament game and ask you and the players here. So in that ball game, if I recall, again, I called the game, but, sometimes you forget about everything that kind of happened in the ball game as well. But Ella really rebounded the ball well in that ball game, and you guys were able to really get away from the game in the second half, and again, only allowing 7 points or something in the first half there as well. What stood out to you in that first matchup there in tournament play?
I think just the team effort. You mentioned Ella rebounding the ball, and we have kids that just they play their role, and I think everybody just played awesome defense, and we rebounded the ball well, and we tried to limit turnovers. The second half we kind of had too many, but we just do those little things and play as a team, and that's what it's going to take.
Yeah. Callie, what stood out to you in that game against Columbus Academy, that first tournament game for you guys?
Well, definitely playing it at home was a big advantage. We had a lot of people come out, so I think the community support was there and gave us a little boost. But, yeah, we started off hot in the first half, and the girls and I really put in a lot of effort to finish the game strong.
Kennedy, what stood out to you that first tournament game for you guys?
Our defense.
Yeah.
I just feel like we've been playing some pretty lockdown defense. Right now in our tournament games, our defense has been pretty good. And, I don't know, just, Kit Bellman has been playing some super good defense, as just a person, which really adds to, how we play defense as a team, I feel like.
We mentioned, Ella, that you were able to rebound the ball really well in that first tournament game. What kind of stood out to you for that game? Did you see maybe an advantage to be able to go in and get as many rebounds as you were able to do, and just attack the glass in general?
I did actually not know that I had a lot of rebounds.
Hey, when you're playing, you don't really know.
I'll take it, though.
Yeah.
They're definitely very physical team, and I think we tend to be more of a soft team, so I think it was good to see that we can be that physical and just be able to play against that kind of team.
Yeah. And then you go back to Friday night, Coach, and you guys kind of have the same situation where in the first half you get a big lead and you're able to just find a way to have a lead at the half. I wouldn't say cruise in the second half, but you're up 12-7 at the end of one. What was kind of the message to your group? And then you only allowed 3 points there in the second quarter.
Yeah, I think the first quarter, the Madison Plains got a couple offensive rebounds and scored on those and got to the foul line. And so we just talked about we have to finish every possession. Whether we tip a pass or we force a miss, we have to finish every possession with a rebound. In the second quarter, we really did that. And like you said, we held them to 3 points and held them to 10 points at half. And so if we can just finish every possession, then we're going to be really good.
Yeah, you guys started that ball game. Kennedy got a couple of putbacks. She doesn't remember because they don't remember what they do in games. No, but you guys, you got a couple of putbacks there, and then it was kind of a back and forth in that first quarter. And then the second quarter, you guys were able to pull away a little bit, and then obviously there in the second half. So you play those two games, and what's kind of the message now? You say, okay, we got past those two. Is it kind of still feel like, hey, we still got that one home game left, that we're in a pretty good spot right now?
Well, I don't want to call anybody out,
Yeah.
but today in practice we talked about it's some of these kids' last home game, game at Fredericktown, and they kind of saw the shock in their eyes and the emotion, and so I'm really excited for these kids, and I'm proud of them, and like you said, just take care of business one more time at home, and if we work these today in practice and tomorrow in practice, we work hard and we should be ready to go.
Yeah, what's it feel like to have that one last home game, Callie, that you're going to be there in Fredericktown one last time in front of the Fredericktown faithful in Fredericktown? What's it feel like that coming up on Wednesday night?
It feels good. I'm really happy I got to play with this group of girls. And I'm happy that we can host all these games throughout the tournament.
Yeah, the fans are great there at Fredericktown. They don't have the horn person over at East Knox, that they got there. But, they give certainly it's a good crowd there at Fredericktown games. Kennedy, anything you're looking forward to in one of those last games there, last game playing at Fredericktown?
I just really love playing with, the group of girls that we have. We're friends on and off the court, and they hold a special place in my heart. And, the Fredericktown not softball, the Fredericktown fans are just I don't know. They just make the game so much better.
Yeah. And it's not your last game, Ella, but just getting the opportunity one last time on the home floor to play with the senior girls. How does that feel for them?
Definitely a lot better than traveling, and I think it'll be a good last kind of run at Fredericktown for all of us.
Yeah, Fredericktown. Now, we're going to be there for the senior showcase, which is coming up on the 14th of March, by the way. Jared's going to coach in that game, and we're going to draft the team on Thursday, and then we'll see what happens. I've never lost the senior showcase game, by the way, Jared. So just throwing that out there. So
I'll do what I can.
Yeah, but we'll talk a little bit more about that as well. And of course, the upcoming games for Fredericktown. We do want to thank Durko's Pizza and Subs. They hooked us up with some food here tonight. Knox Community Hospital, Griffin Insurance, Coverage Electric and Construction, and Knox County Veteran Services. Take this break. We'll come back and more of the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show coming up.
And I'm Don. We are Durko's Pizza, home of the famous Stromboli, specialty pizzas, 16 different subs. We have homemade dinners, salads made fresh, lunch specials, daily specials, and of course, the Munchie menu. Chicken wings, cheese breadsticks, mac and cheese wedges. Call 740-392-5678. Delivery or pickup. Durko's Pizza.
This is ONN.
Good afternoon for ONN Sports. I'm Buddy Wells. Men's college basketball, the Ohio State Buckeyes came up just short yesterday afternoon as they fell at home to number 20 Michigan, 86-83. Devin Royal led all scorers in the game with 26 points in the loss. Here's head coach Jake Diebler on where Ohio State could have been a little bit better.
I thought we showed a great fight, but in games like this, these high-level games, you gotta be better attention to detail. Some of that was on the glass, certainly. We didn't do a good enough job rebounding. And then we had some defensive breakdowns with our communication that, I felt like was stuff that we could have, done better in. But I thought we did show great fight, show great toughness. Really liked the look we got there at the end. And, our execution at the end was really good. So that's good sign for us moving forward. But, just disappointed, angry. We couldn't get the result we wanted this game.
Ohio State is now 15-11 on the season and 7-8 in conference play. Next up, the Buckeyes host Northwestern on Thursday evening at 6:30. Women's college basketball, number 8 Ohio State hosted Iowa earlier today on this President's Day holiday. For a second consecutive game, the Buckeye women needed overtime, but they got the job done as they beat Iowa 86-78 in overtime. Jelani Cambridge scored 29 points in the win, and Cody McMahon added 25. Ohio State improves to 22-3 on the season and 11-3 in conference play. Next up, they're at Indiana on Thursday night. For ONN Sports, I'm Bodie Wells.
Veterans serving veterans.
That's what we do here at Knox County Veteran Services. Hi, I'm Kevin Henthorne, your Executive Director.
And I'm Financial Coordinator Melissa Schenk.
And we're here to meet the needs of Knox County veterans and their families.
We can help with emergency financial assistance,
filing of disability and pension claims, VA healthcare enrollment, and even transportation to VA healthcare facilities.
Please give us a call at 740-393-6742 or stop in and see us at our new location at 105 East Chestnut Street in Mount Vernon.
Griffin Insurance, taking care of your family since 1972. In today's day and age, it's very uncommon to get a real person when you call. Not at Griffin Insurance. We represent multiple carriers to find the best rate for you and your family. Whether it's auto, residential, commercial, or farm, we're here to help. Call Griffin Insurance at 740-397-7488. Griffin Insurance, finding you the best rate.
Heart disease is the leading cause of death in the U.S. Early heart attack care is about recognizing the early signs and symptoms of a heart attack. Your quick response can save a life. Don't wait. Call 911 if you or a loved one experience chest tightness, fullness, or chest pain, discomfort in one or both arms, discomfort in your neck, jaw, or back, abdominal pain, nausea, shortness of breath, extreme anxiety, lightheadedness, cold sweats, or feeling like you might pass out. Do not drive. Call 911. To learn more, go to kch.org.
You never thought your child would get their own home so soon, but it needs new wiring pulled and the kitchen could use a makeover. It's time to get in touch with Cubbage Electric and Construction. Give Brian and his team a call at 740-627-8004.
Cubbage Electric and Construction is a proud sponsor for all the local high school teams.
Cubbage Electric and Construction, 740-627-8004.
All right, we welcome you back here on the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show. And once again, Fredericktown Girls Hoops in here with us here tonight. And right at the end of the show, Kennedy will be singing Country Roads by John Denver. So, and her brother said that he wanted to hear that, right? Or something?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, well, all right. We're gonna.
He said I was doing a really, really great job
Yeah.
tonight.
Oh, my gosh. That is so nice of him. Yeah. I
Shout
wish
out
my
Kevin.
kids got along like that. All right. Appreciate you guys joining us here. Jared, now here we are into, we talk about the regular season, and it was a really impressive regular season. I'm going to talk about this week as well, but you look at what stood out during the regular season. Early in the year, you take on a Utica team. We do the first game. There's been this running joke here at the radio station that Curtis gets all the good games and I get all the not-so-good games, which means, he gets the close ones, I know. Well, Callie hit a game-winning 3 in his first game there, and I knew how the year was going to go. But you win that game early on against Utica, and then you guys you could see the growth. And even in the Centerburg game that first time, remember, it was a 23-23 game. There was 3:40 to go in the third quarter. You guys go on a 17-0 run. You win that basketball game. Then, of course, you win at Centerburg and clinch the conference. You see that growth from the team from that Utica game to where you are right now in tournament play, Coach?
Yeah, absolutely. We talk a lot about just growing throughout the year, and we'll reference back to the preseason scrimmages we played and some of the things that we worked on at the beginning of the year to where we are now, and just growth from every kid on the team. And we talked earlier about like kids finding their role and playing their role, and I think that's huge to be a successful team, to know what your job is on the team and how to make us succeed.
Yeah, I want to ask you about the 2 games that you did play against Centerburg, because you mentioned the first time that you guys had that run. It was 23-23, and then you had that run and everything. And then second game, everybody goes, okay, Fredericktown's coming out in the zone, and they're going to come out here and do what they did before, because, if it's not broken, then you don't have to fix it, right? So you look at that situation, that second meeting there, and just the 2 meetings in general. What stood out in those 2 games against Centerburg? And obviously Centerburg finished tied for second in the conference, but what stood out to you in those 2 games?
I think just first off, we have a ton of respect for them, and we know that they're extremely talented. And they won the league last year, and that was something that we wanted to win this year, and so we knew that we'd have to go through them. And I think that just like the energy and the mindset for those 2 games were huge. We had kids playing their hardest and going after every loose ball and crashing the boards hard, and I think just the two words that we talk about as a team, their attitude and their effort, were off the charts those 2 games. And that's what it takes to beat great teams like Centerburg.
Yeah, we did, for the first time ever, put a referee actually out in the bullpen tonight because Callie and Kayla were out there. I just got to I'm just teasing them a little bit.
I mean, they're 2 competitors, and they play hard, and I'm sure off the court it's all love.
Yeah, we just got to tease them a little bit. But well, I was saying on the broadcast, too, two of the nicest girls you'd ever meet. But, it gets intense on the court, too. But, Callie, you look at those 2 games against Centerburg. You knew you had to go through Centerburg to win the conference and things. What stood out to you in those 2 matchups? As we mentioned, you had that big run. You guys win at home, and then you go to Centerburg. You had 2 huge free throws late in the ball game, kind of sealed the game. What stood out to you in that, specifically that second matchup there with Centerburg?
Like Coach said, attitude and effort, and I think just our intensity. We all wanted it really bad, and the KMAC the title was on the line. So I think just overall, just our intensity was really high, and everybody hit shots, and it was a back-to-back game. And Centerburg's a really good team, but I think that overall we just wanted it more, and we showed out.
Yeah, and you guys took care of business, as we mentioned there. Got to ask you, though, about scoring, becoming the record holder, I should say, at Fredericktown, the all-time leading scorer. How did it feel to get that record, Callie, and be the all-time leading scorer at Fredericktown?
It was good. I felt great. Like I said, my teammates in the community supported me. I actually didn't know I was going to get it till about halfway through the season. So that was kind of a cool surprise and something to look forward to and keep pushing.
Now, I had somebody tip me off late in the year that it was going to happen, and then it ended up happening there. And Coach, just from a coach's perspective, and having somebody on your team that has played all 4 years and becomes the all-time leading scorer, you don't see this all the time. This doesn't happen all the time. So, how impressive was that for you to see as a coaching?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's like you said, you don't see it very often, and I wasn't here, for Callie's first 2 years, but just to see the numbers that she put up, and this is how successful she's been, and it's huge. It's awesome, and I know that she was going to tell you this too, but it comes from everybody. How many points do you think she scored off of Ella assists this year?
Yeah, sure,
a lot of them, and so she's going to shout out her team as well, and everybody put it together for her. So I know it's an individual award, but it also shows how much her team supported her.
Ella led the conference in assists per game, too. So 4.7 or something like that. So
something crazy. I think over 100 assists.
Oh, that's great. And, you got to have that person that distributes the ball. And you guys obviously have the pieces here. So now we look at Northridge Vikings. They come to town, and I know you would tell me, Tyler, take it one game at a time. We don't want to talk about the district final game on Saturday. Don't even talk about it. But, if I don't mention it, no. But you look at the game on Wednesday. What stands out to you with this Northridge team and getting an opportunity? You're going to be at home for this game. What stands out to you with this Northridge team?
So we were lucky enough to go scrimmage them at the beginning of the year.
Okay.
And that was a really good challenge for us. And we know, I hope that helps us to see their intensity. They play really hard. What they lack in height, they're going to make up for with their effort. And they're scrappy, and they play really hard, and they run fast. And we just got to make sure they don't outwork us. I told you earlier they have a kid that averages almost 20 points a game, and so we're going to have to try to limit her. And like Kennedy said, we're going to put Kit Bellman on her because she's kind of our lockdown perimeter defender, and we have to do a good job as a team to limit her and limit them.
Yeah. Looking to get into another tournament game there, Callie. You saw them early in the year with Northridge, as Coach mentioned. A lot can change from a scrimmage earlier in the year to the middle of February, but what can you remember maybe about that team, or maybe some of the things that you've seen with Northridge throughout the season?
It was a while ago.
Yeah.
So, I do remember them being really scrappy. I think a few of our girls were sick that day, so we weren't at our full potential. But they're a good team. They're fast. They're aggressive. So I think we'll be watching film this week and practicing hard for them, so I think we'll be fine.
You get into tournament play. You've already got a couple of games under your belt now, Kennedy. Kind of the nerves are gone. You don't have to worry about that. Maybe you didn't have nerves in the first place. You have nerves being on the show here, so maybe you didn't have any nerves anyway. But getting into the third game, you kind of feel comfortable now in tournament play, kind of what you guys want to do, and now one win away from getting to a district final.
Yeah, I feel it. Question.
How do you feel? Are you nervous?
Yeah,
What are your thoughts?
No, I'm really not nervous. I feel like as we've gotten farther into our tournament run, that we've really settled down, and not that we didn't click before, but it really just clicks now.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying.
Sometimes the game speeds up on you a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it kind of can slow down as the tournament run goes. Do you feel that kind of right now that it's kind of slowing down on you a little bit that after you play a couple of games in tournament play, and it is a different animal. You get to turn play, you win or you go home. There's no in between here. So you kind of feel like that those nerves are behind you. Now you're able to get into this ball game Wednesday night, a chance to get to a district final.
Yeah, I'd say I think we've settled in as a team. I think our younger players have also just kind of settled into like they're on varsity, like that. This is it, and I think. I think that we still have yet to play our best basketball, but I think that everybody's clicking right now, and I think that's really good.
Well, I think Ella mentioned it too. You guys have turned the basketball over some, and there's always coach speak. You can always improve some way or another, right? I mean, turnovers, rebounding the basketball, whatever it be. So, got to clean those things up because once you go further on, as Dave Dahlstein, my old broadcast partner, used to always say, is the bad teams are at home on the couch. They're not here anymore. So you've got to play your best basketball at this point of the year. What do you have to do against Northridge to get the win and get a chance at a district championship on Saturday afternoon?
I think the same thing we've talked about all year. We have to limit turnovers. They're going to try to speed us up. We saw on film that they're going to full court man, and so we worked on that today in practice, and we'll work on it again tomorrow. And we also just have to rebound. Like we said, they're not that tall, but they're going to go and they're going to crash the boards hard. And so we have to find a body and box out and use our size. And when we get it, we have to chin it and find an outlet. So if we can limit turnovers and if we can finish every possession, then I think we'll be fine.
All right. Curtis will be there on Wednesday night, and it'll be a fun game on Wednesday. I know.
Now you said when Curtis comes, it's a close game. Like, are you sure you can't make it? Because we don't need a close. We want another.
I don't know. I did a game on Valentine's, and I'm still married, so I was able to do one on Friday night.
No, we appreciate you guys. That was just a joke.
You know, yeah.
We really appreciate you guys coming.
Yeah, but I told Curtis, I said, you know what? It's hard for me to step away from games. You know, I like to do all the games. So.
Yeah, and you do a great job, and I think everybody appreciates the coverage for these kids and for the people that can't make it to have a chance to watch it.
And it's going to be at, 6:45 our pregame, so it tips at 7, right?
Yep.
And people are changing things up a lot here, Jared. I know there's a 5:30 tip tomorrow, a couple of 5:30 tips tomorrow, and, it confuses me a little bit. But you guys is 7 o'clock. From Fredericktown, we'll be on the air at 6:45. Live streaming on the WMVO Facebook page, WMVO. On the radio, the 5 seed Fredericktown, the 10 seed Johnstown Northridge, and that will be in Fredericktown on Wednesday night. All right, we're going to take this break. We're going to come back here, and Centerburg will join us. It's the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show on WMVO.
Is brought to you by Knox County Veteran Services, located at 105 East Chestnut Street, Mount Vernon. Stop in and see us today.
It's 7:29 and 13 degrees.
Hi, I'm Dean. And I'm Don. We are Durka's Pizza, home of the famous Stromboli. Specialty pizzas, 16 different subs. We have homemade dinners, salads made fresh,
lunch specials, daily specials, and of course, the Munchie menu. Chicken wings, cheese breadsticks, mac and cheese wedges. Call 740-392-5678.
Delivery or pickup. Durka's Pizza.
Veterans serving veterans.
That's what we do here at Knox County Veteran Services. Hi, I'm Kevin Henthorne, your Executive Director.
And I'm Financial Coordinator Melissa Schenk.
And we're here to meet the needs of Knox County veterans and their families.
We can help with emergency financial assistance,
filing of disability and pension claims, VA healthcare enrollment, and even transportation to VA healthcare facilities.
Please give us a call at 740-393-6742 or stop in and see us at our new location at 105 East Chestnut Street in Mount Vernon.
Griffin Insurance, taking care of your family since 1972. In today's day and age, it's very uncommon to get a real person when you call. Not at Griffin Insurance. We represent multiple carriers to find the best rate for you and your family. Whether it's auto, residential, commercial, or farm, we're here to help. Call Griffin Insurance at 740-397-7488. Griffin Insurance, finding you the best rate.
Heart disease is the leading cause of death in the U.S. Early heart attack care is about recognizing the early signs and symptoms of a heart attack. Your quick response can save a life. Don't wait. Call 911 if you or a loved one experience chest tightness, fullness, or chest pain, discomfort in one or both arms, discomfort in your neck, jaw, or back, abdominal pain, nausea, shortness of breath, extreme anxiety, lightheadedness, cold sweats, or feeling like you might pass out. Do not drive. Call 911. To learn more, go to kch.org.
You never thought your child would get their own home so soon, but it needs new wiring pulled and the kitchen could use a makeover. It's time to get in touch with Cubbage Electric and Construction. Give Brian and his team a call at 740-627-8004.
Cubbage Electric and Construction is a proud sponsor for all the local high school teams.
Cubbage Electric and Construction, 740-627-8004.
WMVO Weather Center forecast.
The temperature 17 degrees under clear skies. The wind chill factor 6 degrees. The wind is from the west at 9 miles per hour. The forecast for this evening, partly cloudy and breezy. Temperature 12 degrees. Overnight, cloud-filled skies with a light breeze. The temp 8 degrees. And then tomorrow, cloudy and breezy. Temp about 17. That's Storm Track weather on the heart of Knox County. WMVO.
Time and temperature is brought to you by
Knox County Veteran Services, located at 105 East Chestnut.
All right, we welcome you back here to the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show, and it is a Monday night here. And hey, we just want to mention there's Callie Carpenter, the Player of the Year, Jared Pryor, the Coach of the Year. There, and sorry, what? Oh,
That's fine.
Okay. Now listen, I told him, I said we're going to put a referee out there. Now did you guys work together or something?
No, we played on AU together.
Oh, okay. I thought you guys like worked together or something.
No, we played AU together.
Yeah. Bill Abner's here with us, Kayla Larimore, and Tiara Shepard. Thank you guys for joining us here.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we're getting ready for game tomorrow night. Now, it's kind of weird tomorrow night. I'm going to be there for that game. But there's going to be a boys' game before, and then there's going to be the girls' game. They're like going to clear the whole gym out.
They're not going to clear it.
They're not.
They're not clearing it. I got that from the AD.
Just let them stick.
Let them stay. So hopefully we get
buy
we get
one,
some
get
of,
one.
Yeah, hopefully get some of the fans from the boys' game to stick around and watch us play. That'd be nice.
Gary, I lied to you. All right, he's shaking.
Normally they do.
Okay.
Right. Normally they do.
Like
but yeah, they're not. They are not clearing it.
The old 2-for-1. All
Yeah,
right. Well,
there
we're gonna be there for that ball game tomorrow night. Looking forward to it. Centerburg tied for second in the KMAC and 20 wins on the season, which is pretty awesome as well. And appreciate you guys spending some time with us here. Coach Bill Abner with us. You had a group here that coming into this year, you won the conference last year, had a bulk of your team come back this year, and you guys, obviously, it's not easy to win 20 games in a regular season. That's difficult to do. But you feel like you got a lot of your goals accomplished at this point. There's still more to come here as you get ready in tournament action tomorrow night and get an opportunity possibly on Saturday night to play in a big tournament game as well.
Yeah, it's tournament time, and right now it's it's that old cliche of one game at a time. And one of our goals at the start of the season was to win a district. I mean, last year we got to a district final. This year our goal is to win it. Yeah. So that's still ahead of us.
Yeah. Kayla, you think about this season. You feel like you had a great year. You got your 1,000th point early in the season and everything, and obviously you want to win a conference championship, but that's behind you now, and you got goals that are in front of you. You feel like you've reached some of those goals, and obviously some still ahead of you right now.
Yeah. I think I did a lot of my goals that I wanted this year, but I still think there's more ahead of us. Like, not just like personal goals for me, but like team goals, because I want to make it to a regional. So.
Yeah. And Tiara, do you feel like you've reached some of your goals, personal goals, and as a team as well?
Some of them, not all of them, but I still have another year left.
Yeah, all right. Oh yeah, you're only a junior, aren't you?
Yeah.
All right. The other senior's Chesney, right?
Yep.
See, I get confused sometimes.
It's easy.
I cover the team all year long, and I don't remember things.
Only 2 seniors.
Yeah, I'm getting older now. Kayla is playing in the senior showcase, correct?
I am.
Yep.
All right, we're excited about that. That will be at Fredericktown, so we're gonna have some. Yeah, I know. We're gonna have some fun there, and the draft is on Thursday as well for that. But Coach, I want to ask you a little bit about the regular season. You guys only lost the 3 games, and You think about the games against Fredericktown. I mentioned the first game. It's 23-23, 3:40 to go in the third quarter. They go on a 17-0 run, and they win that basketball game. And then the second matchup, you guys had a chance late in the ballgame to tie it, and things just didn't fall your way in that regard. But you look back at the regular season, as I mentioned already, it's hard to win 20 games. So you got to feel pretty good about this group and what they accomplished. What are some of the things you liked about the regular season, some of the things going into tournament play? Now you've played one game in tournament play already that you wanted to work on.
Yeah, I mean, look, honestly, the wins are great, and 20-win season is wonderful, but you remember the losses more than you remember the wins.
Yeah.
And the wins all kind of roll together, and we had some good wins this year, but the two Fredericktown games and the Loudonville game, those are the ones that stick with me.
Yeah.
And the first Fredericktown game was just a strange night for us, to be honest. We had a lot of internal issues going on there that we couldn't really control. Then the second game against Fredericktown, they played really, really well, and you have to just give it to them. I think the one that honestly sticks with me more is the Loudonville game.
Yeah.
Because we don't give up 17-point leads. That's just not who we are.
Yeah.
And that one probably bothers me more than the Fredericktown games.
Yeah.
Because that one I feel like we gave one away.
Yeah. What happened in that game? I mean, I want to ask you.
Oh, no, you can get as detailed as you want because we can certainly talk about it. Kayla turned her ankle pretty bad 30 seconds into the game.
That's not
and
good.
We didn't think she was going to play because Kayla's we have a lot of tough kids.
Yeah.
So I know, Tiara, Kinley, Evie, for Kinley to come out of the game, she has to be almost dead, So, and Kayla's the same way. So when she went down and I knew she was in legit pain, it's like, okay, we have a problem, because, she was like, I got to come out. And if Kayla says, take me out of the game, then she's really hurt. She came back and played, but I would say she was 50% maybe, not even that. So that was a huge, I'm not an excuse maker, but that was a big deal. That was a really big deal. But what happened is that, we didn't learn and understand time and score. When you're up 17 points, we were up 37-20 with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter and didn't score the rest of the game. Not 1 point. Not 1 point.
I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
And for a team that is talented as us, we just gave it away. We really did. So that one really sticks with me. But yeah, it was a rough night.
And those things happen.
It does. It's basketball. It happens, and I hope that we can learn from that. We had a 1 point lead with 55 seconds to play, and screwed up. The final minute. So it's something we have to learn from.
Well, in reality, I have done games for a long time, and when I had started doing games play-by-play back in 2013, my broadcast partner, Dave Dahlstein, he was a college coach, and he told me, he said, Tyler, in high school, it's about talent, and in college, it's about recruiting, and in the NBA or WNBA, it's about matchups. And the reality is, if one of your best players gets hurt, and it's hard. I mean, you try to have other people step up, but
it's hard from a mental thing, just as much as it is, missing, because now the other kids are like, okay, Kayla's hurt, and that just changes some of the mindset a little bit. We have a lot of very talented players, but when our best player goes down and gets hurt, and you can tell she's not herself, there's a mental part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and now I don't want to just sit here and talk about losses because we're not going to do that.
No, this is all therapeutic. We can just get it all out.
We're not going to dive. We're not just going to dive in. Let's just talk about the 3 losses you had, and we won't talk about any of the 20 wins you had. One of the things that was really impressive in the regular season is you took on Mount Gilead twice, obviously because of conference play. Very good defensively in the regular season against them. I mean, again, I'm not lying when I say I've never seen a team score 7 points in a high school basketball game, whether it's boys or girls. And you guys did that defensively against them, and you did that again. And then people say, well, it's really hard to beat a team 3 times. You guys took care of business there as well. So what stood out to you? Maybe even just the 3 matchups. You took on Mount Gilead, and you guys, like I said, you took care of business, and then just the mindset of that first matchup in tournament play with them.
Well, you could see, I thought they had improved a little bit as far as how to handle our defense. We were causing 30 turnovers a game against them, and I think they had like 17 in that third game, so credit to them. And, it's tough with this new tournament format, too, and us not knowing when we're scheduling games when the tournament's going to start. We had like a 9-day layoff.
Yeah.
And you get rusty.
Yeah.
You just do.
Yeah.
So I don't, I don't want to use the term that was like a tune-up game for us, but that kind of what it felt like. It felt like we were knocking some rust off after having a pretty long delay.
Yeah.
And we didn't play our best game, and we know we have to play better tomorrow.
Yeah. I looked at the score on OHSAA, and it's like 42-27 or something.
Yeah. It was 21-all in the third quarter. It was a tie game in the third quarter.
Oh, wow.
It was a weird night. Yeah. So, I never felt, and I was just talking to another coach about this today, is like I never felt, even when it was tied, that we were going to lose. I never got to that point. But it's like, okay, guys, it's time to start playing a little bit.
Yeah.
Knock some of this rust off and finish this game.
Yeah. Did you feel that rust there, Kayla? I mean, you guys had.
Yeah.
Is your ankle okay now, though, or is it?
Yeah, I've been doing rehab and stuff like that. And it's just, I'm like scared sometimes, like every time I go up for a rebound or I go layup, but like.
You wear braces, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Now
I
finally.
No, you didn't before.
Jeez.
Okay, I have like this. I don't know. I do sometimes, and then I don't. And
Kids hate to wear them, man.
I hate them.
They all do. They don't understand.
It is hard. I've seen kids nowadays. They wear like the low, like tennis shoe almost.
I know.
I don't know how they do that.
I don't either. Yeah. I don't either.
I mean, I rolled my ankle one time, and I felt my ankle hit the floor, and I was like, okay. Yep, not doing that again.
Yep.
No, thank you. So you think about that matchup as you went into that Mount Gilly game. What was kind of the feeling from a player perspective? It's 21-21. You're like, wait a minute. We've only allowed 30 points to these people all year long, and it's 21-21. Like, what's the mindset from a player?
I just knew, like, they're a good team. I mean, they knew what to do to handle our defense, and, like, they were doing a lot of pass fakes, and just obviously, we have a bad habit of jumping. Every single time someone shot fakes us, we jump.
Yep.
So they were doing a good job, and I mean, they have some pretty good players. So I was a little nervous, but I was like, we got it. We got it.
Yeah, you took care of business there. Yeah, were you ever nervous, Tiara? Or were you like, okay, guys, we need to put our foot on the gas here?
No, I didn't even know we were tied, actually. I felt like we were up pretty much the whole time.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of energy, and I didn't think we were going to lose.
When I ran track when I was at Centerburg, which was only one regrettable year, I didn't really know what was going on when I ran the 300-meter hurdles. And the girls over there, I was all quiet and everything. Of course, I was the last one running. But, the girls over there were saying from Fredericktown that they're like, I didn't know what the score was this point. You're like, I don't know what the score.
Which blows my mind. Blows my mind.
Like, when you're in, like, you're just set. You're locked in. Like, I was locked in.
No.
Someone did. Huh?
Gotta know the score, man.
You gotta know the score?
Gotta know the score.
Gotta know the score.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about the games against East Knox and this tournament play and how things came about with tournament play as well. Again, appreciate the Centerburg Lady Trojans joining us here as they've got tournament basketball tomorrow. We're going to be there, and apparently it's a 2-for-1 now.
That's
so
right.
Get out there, check out the boys' game and the girls' game. All right, take this break, come back. More of the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show coming up.
Time and Temperature is brought to you by
Knox County Veteran Services, located at 105 East Chestnut Street, Mount Vernon. Stop in and see us today.
It's 7:44 and 13 degrees.
Veterans serving veterans.
That's what we do here at Knox County Veteran Services. Hi, I'm Kevin Henthorne, your Executive Director.
And I'm Financial Coordinator Melissa Schenk.
And we're here to meet the needs of Knox County veterans and their families.
We can help with emergency financial assistance,
filing of disability and pension claims, VA healthcare enrollment, and even transportation to VA healthcare facilities.
Please give us a call at 740-393-6742 or stop in and see us at our new location at 105 East Chestnut Street in Mount Vernon.
Griffin Insurance, taking care of your family since 1972. In today's day and age, it's very uncommon to get a real person when you call. Not at Griffin Insurance. We represent multiple carriers to find the best rate for you and your family. Whether it's auto, residential, commercial, or farm, we're here to help. Call Griffin Insurance at 740-397-7488. Griffin Insurance, finding you the best rate.
Battling addiction? Take the first step to getting your life back with New Vision Medical Stabilization at Knox Community Hospital, where you're treated with dignity. New Vision provides inpatient detox services for adults experiencing acute withdrawal symptoms from certain drugs or alcohol. Same-day admissions. Medicaid, Medicare, and most insurance accepted. Addiction is a treatable disease. Call New Vision today at 740-399-3893.
Hi, I'm Dean.
And I'm Don.
We are Durka's Pizza, home of the famous Stromboli. Specialty pizzas, 16 different subs. We have homemade dinners, salads made fresh.
Lunch specials, daily specials, and of course, the Munchie Menu. Chicken wings, cheese breadsticks, mac and cheese wedges. Call 740-392-5678.
Delivery or pickup. Durka's Pizza.
You never thought your child would get their own home so soon, but it needs new wiring pulled and the kitchen could use a makeover. It's time to get in touch with Cubbage Electric and Construction. Give Brian and his team a call at 740-627-8004.
Cubbage Electric and Construction is a proud sponsor for all the local high school teams.
Cubbage Electric and Construction, 740-627-8004.
WMVO Weather Center forecast.
The temperature 17 degrees under clear skies. The wind chill factor 6 degrees. The wind is from the west at 9 miles per hour. The forecast for this evening, partly cloudy and breezy. Temperature 12 degrees. Overnight, cloud-filled skies with a light breeze. The temp 8 degrees. And then tomorrow, cloudy and breezy. Temp about 17. That's Storm Track weather on the heart of Knox County. WMVO.
Hi, I'm Dean.
And I'm Don.
We are Durka's Pizza.
All right, we are back here, and the computer's giving me some fits today. But we appreciate you guys joining us here on the program. And we're going to be at Centerburg tomorrow night. I was telling him I did a game on Valentine's Day, and I wasn't sure if I was going to survive to be here on Monday to do this. But here I am, and I told my wife, I said, I'm driving 1 mile to do this game, and it will not be a problem. All right. You're taking on East Side. I want to ask you overall about the mindset going into the tournament draw. Now, this is weird because the whole thing is a lot different than it used to be. It used to be,
totally
if you got a bye, you were in a sectional final, then you played in a district semi, and didn't. But now, I mean, heck, and the boys' side in Division One, is it Lancaster's in a district final?
Yeah.
They haven't played a game.
They haven't played a game yet.
No.
They're in district final. I know.
That's crazy.
Isn't that wild?
I got a friend that coaches. He won 1 game and he's in a district final.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is weird. Yeah, this is so strange.
But you guys have an opportunity to get to a district final if you're able to beat East Knox tomorrow night. So what was the mindset for you going into the tournament draw? I mean, you can't play. You can place yourself on the bracket, but the RPI does the seeding already for you. So do you like that? And how did the whole process go for you?
There's no perfect system. I think if the coaches had taken it seriously in the past, we wouldn't need the RPI stuff.
Yeah.
But they didn't. Not every coach took it seriously. It was like randomly seed teams. So this is as good as we can do right now, and they'll keep refining it. I mean, it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad. We were the 1 seed like the entire year. And then Newark Catholic jumped us on the last day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on the very, very last day. They beat Northridge by 2.
Okay.
And I was at that game.
Yeah.
And they got a layup like right as the buzzer went to beat Northridge, and then they jumped us.
Oh, wow.
On that last day.
But is it at this point? I mean, and correct me if I'm wrong. Does it really matter at this point? I mean, yeah, it doesn't really matter.
And for us in D6, I mean, I'll be very honest. No one wanted to play Harvest Prep.
Yeah.
Like they're the 3 seed.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, no one wanted to play them. So, there is some strategizing. So Newark Catholic passed, then I passed, and then Harvest Prep went on the board, and then we just went away from Harvest Prep.
Yeah.
That's why we're in the same bracket as Newark Catholic. Yeah.
So did you want to play K-Mac teams? You want to play Mount Gilead? Now get an opportunity at East Knox? Was that kind of the plan, or just kind of fall into your lap?
No,
Okay.
not the plan. I mean, but there's a lot of K-Mac teams that are in the that are in D6, so it's kind of inevitable.
Yeah.
Cardington's in there, like we had to play him last year. So no, that wasn't the plan. It just worked out that way because Mechanicsburg, as the 4 seed, jumped on Newark Catholic in the first round.
Okay.
And then West Jefferson took the bye, and we'll play the winner of that game.
Okay.
So I'm just sitting back like, wow, this is wild. So that's why we ended up getting Mount Gilead and East Knox.
All right. Now you took on East Knox, of course, twice in the regular season. You won by 22. Then you won by 28 or something to that effect.
Yep.
What went right in those two games? Obviously, big wins for you guys, and that's a pretty good team at East
They are.
Knox. I mean, they can
They
play
are.
basketball. I mean,
They can.
They took down Fredericktown
They
at
did.
one point as well.
And
so-
our girls were well aware of that. You know, so
But what went well in those two meetings that you guys won by those big margins?
the first game it was kind of a grinded out kind of game, and we just kind of very slowly warmed down, I thought, and it was a close game early, and we slowly just kind of took over the game and won by 20. But it was close kind of throughout. The second game, we shot the eyes off the ball. We just shot the ball really, really well. That was our season high for made threes. And if we shoot it really well, we're really hard to beat.
Yeah.
So in that game, we shot lights out.
Yeah.
But no, they're a very solid team, and we all know that.
Yeah. And Kayla, when you look at East Knox, what stands out to you with this group? I know Sydney Opfer didn't play early in the season. Now she's back and able to play and things like that. But you guys had a couple of comfortable wins there in the regular season against them.
I mean, I just think their defense is just a little wonky. So I think it also that it just is it's weird to practice against. So I think just planning for them is a little weird. They kind of pack it in too.
Yeah.
So, and they're just they're kind of handsy too. So.
Yeah, they are.
They're really
They are. That's a KMAC tradition. I'm learning, by the way. There's a lot of handsy teams, including us, by the way. We're not alone. Yeah.
Do you anything stand out to you in those two matchups in the regular season with East Knox?
The first game, I feel like we started really slow, and then for us, I feel like Kinley really picked it up that first game. And the second one, like he said, we were shooting really well, and
Kinley took over.
Yeah.
And that one at home.
That was the one at East Knox.
Oh, okay.
They were just trading buckets, and Kinley,
Mm-hmm.
played out of her mind.
Now, I was there for the one at home, but I'm getting so old, Bill. Everything just kind
of blurs and blends together.
Blends together.
I get it.
I didn't call you the wrong name or something. Everything's blending together for me now. Although I have done that before. So don't put it past me to call somebody the wrong name. Though I won't do it on a basketball broadcast. I do know that at this point, but. So when you take on East Knox now, it's in a different situation because it's tournament play, and it's winter you go home. They got to bye, and so I'm not sure the last time they played. I think they tried to pick up a game maybe a week ago or something like that.
Yeah, they played Utica a week, a little over a week ago. So they've had a little layoff too.
Yeah. So what do you guys want to do against East Knox? I don't want to give a whole game plan.
No, of course
What
not.
do you need to do to get a win and advance to Saturday, 8 p.m. For that game on Saturday night?
Honestly, with our team, regardless of who it is, it's much more about us than it is the other team.
Yep.
So if we come out and do our thing and fly around on defense and make open shots and run in transition, it doesn't really matter what the other team does.
Yeah.
So for us, it really comes down to how we play. And if we play our game, I'm confident we'll be all right.
Is that simple, Kayla?
Yeah, play 4 quarters and
Take care of business.
Yeah.
Move on to a district final. Is it that simple?
Yeah, we just gotta control what we can control.
Yeah, we can't control everything else.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, and
Control
you
the
guys-
controllables.
Yeah, excellent. And certainly this is going to be a great opportunity for you guys. You win, you play in district final. One of the other things is you kind of felt like, and I was talking a little bit the same with Fredericktown, you kind of developed some depth as the year has gone on. Because you got to have to, when you get to tournament play, Bill, you got to have people. If somebody gets in foul trouble, there's no, you got to get them right in there. And
No,
you know,
that's right.
somebody rolls their ankle,
No, it's true.
So-
And I think the Mount Gilead game is a really good example of that. We were struggling, and Taylor Bryant came in, knocked down 2 threes, and played really well. And that's what tournament basketball is all about.
Yeah.
It's absolutely true.
And getting that confidence too of, hey, you know what, you are coming off the bench, but shoot
Right.
the basketball.
Right.
If you're open, take a shot.
Yep.
And if not, then
And our kids have the green light when they're open. They know that.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
always fun too. I would have
Yeah.
liked to have played for you.
Yeah, let it fly.
Yeah. You wouldn't have put me in. But yeah, you would not have put me. You may have put me in for 30 seconds, Phil, but that would have been it.
Some token minutes.
Yeah,
Okay.
you could have got you water the rest of the ball game, my friend. But it should be a fun game tomorrow night. And as Bill mentioned, it's 2-for-1 tickets.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
But
coming to
I think
both.
Yeah,
Coming to both games.
Go to the boys' game, and that's a tournament game against, I think, Madison
Plains.
Yeah, which we just saw the girls' team from Madison Plains Friday night against Fredericktown.
Yep.
And now the boys' team will come to town at Centerburg tomorrow. So 5:30, and it's supposed to be around 7:30, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
And if I'm there, it's probably gonna be like 8:30. So
Yeah, it'll be a later.
Yeah, because it'll be like quadruple
Yeah,
overtime or
4
something.
overtimes. Yeah.
You don't like late games?
No, none of them like it.
Well, you go to sleep early or something. So
Well, we've been used to all season having like
Six.
playing,
Yeah, sure.
playing like either no JV games
Yeah.
or two quarters, and
Yeah.
then when we have a 7:30 game, everyone's like, "Oh my God, this is
What is
But
happening?"
that's
It's like-
normal though. Most teams play at 7:30.
And then by the time it's halftime, it's like 9 o'clock, and I'm like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
they're
it's
wanting
just
to go to
bedtime."
bed.
You the same way, Tiara? You're like,
No.
no. She's like, I stay up till 3 o'clock, and then I'm ready to go. Appreciate you guys joining us here. We're going to have the game tomorrow night. WNBO Facebook page, WNBO on the radio. I'll be on the call for that one, and looking forward to that ball game at Centerburg against East Knox. And before then, I will remember what happened the first time at home.
Gotcha.
I'll look back at the story I wrote and
there you
remember.
go. Perfect.
Hopefully. Hopefully I can decipher what happened. Appreciate you guys joining us here. Fredericktown girls at the beginning of the show. Centerburg girls here in the second half of the show. Appreciate them joining us. And we'll be back next week, 7 o'clock. So join us for another